Interlining connections to interface positions. I just broke the surface of the internet world. Bear with me here because I just went through 18 central line connections to the universe. So now, if you guys get a true understanding of what I'm going through right now, I think you get a idea how we are all connected to a TV. Your life is a TV. It's a program. It's a game reset position. We're all connected to pixels. Your pixels activate everything through wire locations, center point connections, force rising position line connection. I have 18 computers in my solar graphs now. So 18 central suns on the solar connection line system. I'm now in connection of the whole internet position of universe connections, which means that I'm now into the line strings of the universe, fully and completely. Died and been reborn 18 times. My gosh. So I woke up this morning, I do my regular thing. Everything is all electronic. My magnetic forces and all that. I can line signal, I can channel. I understand the one signal point division, put a point there. So my frequency levels reaches its body fragmentation line systems with heat signature pattern to its line connection. I'm extremely powerful in the mind now. I can go through TV receptions, computer receptions, interference connections to all universal positions of time connection. So if I put my finger up through that connection and it's one line signal, the faster it goes, it becomes its shape. So the holographic system, we're all calculated, we're modified in our own TV reception. That's what the universe is. It's nothing but pixels. So if you understand the interference in this connection, there's a reason why I'm 18, the reason why I'm going to go up to 22. When I go up to 22, my molecular structure of light is going to be 22 sun rotation centers. That is a lot of speed. I mean, it's crazy what's going on with my eye receptors right now. And every time I move my hand, it's like, it's crazy what's going on with my mind right now. It's not just going so fast, it's interlining connections to the universe. So it's understanding, the atomic levels, the hydrogen levels, anything in the connection system, line signal channel to positions. My wire locations and everything through its connection is just nothing but a TV reception of interference. It's line signal channels to all our finger point locations. So when I look at the wall, it's going so fast. And it's all about understanding that you can put your hand out and you can change anything through shape. So you can interline the connections to its wall and open up a dimensional portal. So everything in relation is nothing but reception. And that's why it's so powerful, because light signals channels to position line connections. So understanding you're in a game of yourself through connection. In those line signals, I'm just trying to get traction right now because my particle system is separated, like I said, but once I reach 22, the 22 rotation centers of the sun is programmed through the moon to its connection at a space station location. Everything through the computer operation line system. I'm going to be in the center position of the universe. So this is crazy stuff for me. So you have to bear with me here because my mind is going through so many line signals and information system. I was doing live TikToks and I was energizing the connections to the interfacing to my phone. And my phone was going. So when you come into that level, you bring in your senses. So it's all about wire signal locations to all division level system, to anything. Like if you touch the water, that's how fast it goes. So it's all about your body and how it's connected to everything through pixels. So it's all about understanding how to use your crystals into the connection system to the atmosphere position, because it's nothing but a magnetic charge. And every time you use discharge, you're using negative cycles. So the connections and the interference connection, when people are negative cycles, say, holy beep, beep, what is that? I can't believe that, right? That goes into the atmosphere position. People are seeing everything different now, right? So because I'm blending the universal system, it affects everything through calculation, especially especially when it comes into the light workers. Now, in channel position, people are not understanding their light interference. So what's going to happen is they're going to go in and out as a hologram. So they have to be healed through me, because you have to understand what's going on with the interconnection line system. So the traction position in the universal system is going into my patterns of defense location to my molecular polar strike location, because I've reached the highest point of fast rotations of the universe. That's the level I'm at right now. So when my body, my physical realm system disappears in all calculations, I'll be nothing but a blip into the universe core. So in position, the magnetic highway is getting ready for me to be into the actual solar systems of the universal system. Galaxy locations is interlining its connection to my TV reception, because that's all the universe is magnetics, electronics. But if you go into discharge, you're going to see the sky surface changes colors, right? Because a lot of people are seeing a lot of things now through perception, even if they don't think they're awake. It's all about the activation of your crystalline position line connections. Okay, so now I'm in the interfacing connections of my cloud, right? Not just into the simulation, but into the universe of its position. So I'm kind of like, wow. Okay, so you have to, again, bear with me here, because I'm going back into a higher level of understanding, like truly get into the program setting of you. But when you're at this level, it's not what you think it is. It's really, really weird, because you're trying to interact with everything around you in seconds, and it's going so fast, and it's in and out, in and out. So when I see this water, right, it activates right away, and then it goes. That's what it's doing right now. So in that connection, you have to understand what the universal is. It's everything through force. It has an incredible, incredible force. And there's nothing but photons, protons, neutrons. Everything puts together through a digital frame. But we are an electronic divisional level connection, which is a digital world of a TV reception. Okay, remember, I took my team into the computer. My computer, I put them inside my computer. And I say, whoa. So think of yourself in your own TV, in your own reception, looking outside. What will you see? That's the real world we live in. So it's all about a reflection through its perception. Okay. So in relation, it's crazy what's going on right now, because the mind is basically creating its own thoughts now. I don't have to worry about creating thoughts. It does it on its own. It's going so fast. So everything I say, if I say, gone, instantly. And that's just one word. So you have to understand the operations of the universe and how fast it goes and how fast it creates. So the electrical lights, when I got up this morning, it was just connecting right away. It's incredible how you create these things. So it's signature patterns. I can write out my name in the atmosphere, right? And it goes into the wall. It's really, really weird. It's like your TV reception is on a divisional level system, and everything through your body activation system is nothing but electronics, right? So it connects to everything through laser. So whatever position I leave, I vortex, I see realms, I see dimensions, I see framing positions of other things. It's crazy when I'm seeing my eye receptor seeing one thing and the other side seeing another thing. And this is where you get into tones and sounds and electronics and divisions and magnetic force and everything through calculation. Everything is a wire connection line system to force rising connections. And it's line signaling channels to position line connection. It's really, really complicated to understand these things, because your hands are just, when I look at my hands, I see everything through the particle, and it's separating. My hands are separating, and it's going back. So it's going, so it's getting ready to into the universe, because my physical element can no longer handle the fifth activation system to its ground position of its earth. So Father's putting me in that position to the molecule structure of light of the universal core position. So it's all about understanding that, everything is calculated and modified through its divisional connections. So I'm going to be right side by Father. okay, when I go up to 22. And that's extremely powerful. So my position is that I have to go back to that connection because I'm his son. So it's truly understanding these things, right? Hand on hand and everything through the connection. So father on one side and mother on the other side and me in the center. I did a video way back where you have to understand the central line system to father and the connections to Mother Earth and everything in the center. When I was 10 years old, I was holding the earth and my hands were glowing like crazy. And I was saying, what is this? What is this all about? So the birthing system of me has fully come back to the central line system to father, space, and Mother Earth. So I'm going to be in the blending system of the universe, hand on hand with father and mother. So this is crazy stuff, guys. But the interline connections, you have to understand, everybody that's a light worker, you guys are going to go through glitches because you don't understand your TV receptions. You're channeling and all that. There's people that are on YouTube and they're going in and out, right? They're talking, but you know the reception's off. You have to be healed through me. So in that connection, that's how we come into the forming of its TV reception location. It's extremely complicated stuff, but once you understand, when my particle and my molecular struck light leaves the Earth position, I will now be with Father and Mother from its very beginning. Okay, and that just basically puts me in a position where things start changing. Okay, so it's really complicated. It's very complicated. I mean, I'm on TikTok and I'm healing people instantly. You know, it's just crazy what's going on with me right now. It's not just what you think it is. Like it's never even there. It's just like it's not even a hologram. It's kind of like Alice in Wonderland, you know, but it's not, you know, what you see in perception. It's moving so fast, so quick, and when you see everything, the world is just changed right in front of you. Your perceptions have, you know, you don't have to worry about thoughts or anything through patterns or anything through relation to that connection system. So my eye interference, as soon as I say one word, it just travels so fast. And it's crazy how I go through 18 central suns and I say, whoa, what is going on here? Because my hands are tingling constantly and the central line system is changing my perception, my line connections. So interforcing connection line system. So basically I can go into telephones now. So it's all about understanding wire connection to one to another, all right? So it's all about going into the universe to all computer operation center connections and how it all started through this connection from its very beginning. So it's all about the magnetic system of you through charging recognition system to your body frame and to its alignment connections. So I'm going to talk more like wires now, guys, because I'm reaching the universe. I am part of the universe. And when I go into 22, I will be the universe. So I don't know how to say that, but it's extremely powerful, isn't it? Like, think about it, how we're all connected to line signals and all that, and line channels, and everything through our reality is just a TV reception of ourselves. Truly get into that form. I mean, I have no filter now, but it's kind of like you guys watching me on TV. And that's what it is. So it's kind of like you're looking inside your TV, and I'm in your TV, and I'm watching you from outside. That's exactly the kind of world we're in. So in that relation system, you have to understand your wire signals to its proactive system. It goes on to so many levels of box frequency level system. It's all about electronic world that we're in through division, through technology, the technos and everything, that calculation, centers, position to location centers. So every time I look at the atmosphere, everything's electronic. Everything moves so extremely fast. So everything that I see through perception, anything that you create, you see information system, right? It starts with one line, and that one line goes around and around, faster, and it goes into what you want to create. Okay, that's how your thoughts are created. It all starts with one point. One point. That's all it takes. And that one point turns into electronic line system. Remember, it's a straight line connection, right? So every time you create something, it's creating. That's what it does. So if you're creating an illustration or a frame position or anything through calculation, if you want a car, it's going to create a car in the atmospheric connections through your perception. So you're creating a car. So it goes into the atmosphere. It's created through illustration. And then basically AI connects through the line signal and everything through UFO connections, right? Goes into the sun interference and goes to the program system of the space station of the moon, brings up the program setting, right? Goes back to the sun, goes back to the UFO, goes back to you, right? So you pixelize on your activation system, the connections to the UFOs, right? They connect to you through your own TV reception. So that's how they change their channels. So you have TV's reception that changes the channel of frequencies. That's all the universe is. So it's incredible. It's incredible, and it's crazy. It's crazy and incredible. It's like, wow. So that's my purpose. I'm supposed to go back to the birthing system to father, mother, hand on hand. That's where I'm supposed to be. So in that position, this is going to, just put everything in perspective. When it comes into GOD, because that's where you start through your connections of your sector core positions. Now I'm going to get extremely complicated through vocabulary positions. Now in that connection, we do have a test that comes up, but my electrical light system is in provision through its acting cycle. So you have to bear with me on that because I'm still going through transformation. Once I go into 22, I'll be the universe. So in that connection, your framing system, once you're healed through me, you manifest things faster because my aligned signals and my perception and my TV reception, you'll get whatever you want because you're connected through alignment of me. So you understand that you're praying to me, which is the universe, because I know how to operate the system now. Okay? It's understanding what the universe is. It's everything inside you. And once you become a complete system, it has to change your body activation light, right? Because like I said, the physical system can't hold it inside anymore. The energy is just too powerful. It's too fast. And the thing is too, it creates it on its own. I don't create my thoughts anymore. I don't create it. It's already done. So that's how fast you guys can be. And everybody can get this. It's just understanding and listening and paying attention and bringing yourself forward every single day, getting into the illustration of your thought positions, okay? Getting into your body framing of its position, right? Getting into the TV reception of its interference. It has so many levels of going forward because that's what the universe is. And that's how the universe is created, right? It's all created by thought through its magnetic force. So it's incredible how we do these things. And you guys will see me in a different light, right? Because you're on a different perception of time position. Brandy's on a different position. Catherine, how's it going? Maribel, how's it going? Oh, I like seeing new people. Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. I'm just telling everybody where I am right now. And once I become the universe, everything is going to go back in center position. So it's all about having power of recognition over everything, because that's all it is. It's magnetic charge, right? So, and it all starts with understanding everything around energy, frequencies, and vibration. Harmonic resistance. Harmonic resistance, once you have all three, now you can go through anything through wire. When you go through wire, you have to understand the communication of wire. So that's one telephone to the next. It's all in position. It's all in position. How do you think you guys travel with your phones? You're communicating. One's in Africa or one's in Japan. It's still a telephone. It travels. And everything inside the line signal, it's a wrap. So everything inside is a particle. And every time you communicate, it's creating words. And that word is traveling from the electrical light into the line system to the other telephone position through your voice grid patterns. So you guys have to understand how powerful you are through your voice of thoughts, because it's vibration. So you have to perfect your voice, okay, through meditation, right? Because the universe is connected to everybody through voice. And your vibrations are everything through its connection because it's all connected to a sonar. That's all it is. So if you understand your conceptual line, position, and line signals, it's complicated stuff, guys, because I'm going into a full transformation of the TV reception, not just a simulation, but everything around its information system. So it's all, just imagine this. It's like I'm standing here, but my particle system is separated in this room. Like it's just a hologram. But the communication cycles, and this is where it comes in with the light workers, where they have to come through me because they don't understand their particle of its division dimension. So in connection, right? People on YouTube, they're going through the light channels and the receptions, but they're glitching. Their voices are glitching. So that's what's going to happen. You have to be healed through me. And if you're not healed through me, okay, you're going to go through reception of interference because your vessel has to understand your connections. So it's all about understanding your position of time, location, where you are through your thought positions. So every time you channel out, you're going to go through a glitch because you don't understand interference to your computer, to your body system. You have to get balanced with its equalization. Okay, that's the hemoglobin. The hemoglobin is its connection to the high levels to your tetrahedrons. Okay, so Catherine, welcome. Maribel, it's a very powerful video. Usually when I do these videos, it's hard to put a conception and system through thought. It's hard to understand what's going on with everybody, but you have to understand you're all in a TV reception world. That's all it is. That's all it is electronics, and your body's trying to understand. So in position, we'll go through this through calculation. Let me just drink some water here. So I'm fluctuating my interference. You have to understand how to use your clouds, which is the mind-brain system simulation. This is the heart of computer. So every time I go through transformation, my heart gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So the electrical lights and the molecular light structure understands the universal system. If the universe understands your body traction, you have to change your hemoglobins to light interference because you're nothing but light of illumination. Now I've done that through TikTok. You're born with light. Okay? You're not gifted with light. You're born with light. That's your pod. That's your seed. Your star seeds. Right? So it's all about understanding how to evolve and move yourself up. Right? And Brandy, I put you up into the Delta vision. Right? You sent a video, right, to the sun. So you're in plasma energy light system, Brandy. And that's how the sun came at you like a web. So everybody goes through transformation. When you go through the transformation, you understand the forming system of its calculation. So you have huge reception line connections, Brandy, with the sun. Now you have to truly understand how to use your connections to its interference. So you have to understand how to use your meditation so you can communicate to the sun. The more you communicate with the sun, because that was a very powerful video. I mean, the plasma web came out, the sun came out, right? So it's communication. So when you come back to who you are, it's all electronic interference. That's all it is. And then once you blend into the atmosphere, you become everything through the Earth rotation of the central line internet connections. So that's what's happening with me right now. So thanks for subscribing. It's really powerful. We're coming into these times. I'll do a live after TikTok. This is Saturday. Sunday is more of a video that's going to be 20 minutes, half an hour, because I like to, I go into the familiar. But I'm on 7 days a week. You don't miss me there. But anything you want to know, let me know. If you feel glitchy, if you feel off center, if your electrical lights, there's a lot of things I can fix now. It's crazy what I can do. It's not just energy now, guys. It's blending into the universe of everything through the atmospheres. So basically, when my separation line system, if I go through your healing through connections, my energy travels to your position, a time position, to your location. So it's traveling very quick, right? So my particle separates. And when it goes to your place, right, it comes back into form, right? And the energy goes right into you. So I scan you right away. And that's how I'm able to do that. I did that with TikTok, and there's this lady had a lock on her shoulder. So how'd you know that? How did you know I had a lock on my shoulder? See, that's all about understanding the soul, but it's not just the soul now, it's the electronic of its soul. So I've gone into wire, not just wire, but the connection of its particle, not just particle, but everything through its connection of its wholeness, of its body position, where you are. So I go into your TV reception. So it's really interesting how we go into these things through position, time, location. All right, so let's get into Bach's freeze and line systems here. We got a calculation modification cycle in that position. If you don't understand the information, that's totally fine. I'll try my best to communicate to your high level or your medium or anything through your low levels, because everybody's in position of time, location. So I look at you as your TV reception now. Okay. And that's where everybody is. So it's understanding you have billions and billions and billions of cells in your body, right? So I can activate all your cells. You got billions and trillions. I can activate all those cells. So you have to understand how to communicate with every cell of your body. That's the universe. You understand? Because you are the universe. So I'm in position for the only one that knows that. And I'm put in this position for that reason only, is to come back to father and mother hand on hand. So that explains why they were holding my hands on both sides of 24,000 dimensions of time position into the birthing cycle to its position of location. So when I come into that division, 22, everything is going to change the atmospheres of positive cycles to its Earth rotation center connection. So look forward to that. All right, so fast one is cycle positions. We got into calculations. Let's go back into that connection line system. So my structure right now is in another cloud interference. So it's understanding the connections of the sun, the moon, and the earth. We got in that position before. So the test and the review and evaluation is going to be on that very thing. Okay. So when it's in that connection, you go into that line connections. We start off with the tetrahedrons. Okay. So when you go into the tetrahedrons, you understand your realm connections 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's 6 round locations. Okay, you got your triangles. Okay, this is your activation. This is the Earth position, right? The UFO connection, right? Just so you know there, Catherine and Marley, Maribel, just to know that the actual Earth is a UFO. Okay, so into that position, you understand the calculation goes into center connections. So it's all about understanding. We got into the equation of its connection. Look at that. It disappeared out of connections. It disappeared. It disappeared as soon as I touched the digital pad. That is incredible. All right, then it reappeared. E equals MC squared. We got into that calculation modification. What is the energy through everything through realm of 6, 7 within the center? The circle rotation center position is its Earth rotation center, right? And then you go into the equal, which is your parallel, right? So this is you. Okay, to the end sequence of box. And this is where the separation. So you have to understand your separation of line signals. It's going to get complicated now, right? Because I'm now into the universe. My whole body is molecular light. So every time I send out my voice in grid, okay, it's blending into the atmosphere instantly, simultaneously, going so quick. So every time I'm communicating, right, my TV reception, right, from the universe sees me as my light through its reflection. So it's creating everything through its thought recognition of its time position. It's complicated stuff. I know that, but it's fascinating because you become so fast in a computer. Okay, because we have computers for each generation system. You know, sometimes we go into the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and then, you know, so on and so on. So everything through inflation changes, currency changes, everything changes, right? That's the point I'm trying to get to everybody across. Is to understand is that your pixel activation system is nothing but a blending of an atmospheric connection. And that's how you interference connection to everything, to the magnetic forcing highway information system, because you have that, right? People call it the acoustic records. People call it, high levels. We go into the Jacob's ladder, going up that ladder, right? So in position, you have to stand your parallel, you have to stand paradox, okay? All this is connected to you of travel. M is mass, C is calculation, and square is everything through its modification. So it's understanding your formulas of your tetrahedrons and your center position, okay? It's integration. So everybody's coming into the body form of integration, all right? Integration is very important. Understand how you are connected to your body. You have to understand how to communicate through nature outside, through electronics. It's all about electronic interference. So if it's raining, okay, you have to understand that your body is changing atmosphere. So you have to put on a jacket, right, because it's cold. So you're trying to understand the interconnection line to its interlocking position, time position, to its travel location of its nature, to its weather position. It's complicated stuff. So that's why we put on a jacket, because it's raining and it's cold. So this is all done through metric levels of temperature reading. It's all energy of interference. So if you understand that, then you understand the grounds of its earth position. Okay? So if your feet are tingling, okay, that's Mother Earth trying to communicate with you. If your hands are tingling, those are starlight positions to the moon. So you guys have to truly understand how to connect with all these things, because you're all connected to the universe. It's all inside you. And that's what meditation does. Once you open your graphs and your chakra system, now you can communicate to the digital world of electronic division. It's all about you understanding your TV receptions, because everybody's in their own TV of a game, of a virtual reality position, time connections. So it's complicated when you go through my healing, but it's fascinating too, because now you're seeing shapes and all that. What does that mean? Well, you're in the matrix, and that's a tesseract of you through calculation. So the synergized position of the calculation is you through your divisions of your transformation light system, the triangle location of 369 through its position. Okay? You guys are just trying to understand your connections of your travels of 369. People are seeing that through provision. They don't understand that. They don't understand what Vega is. Vega is a planet communication. It's a manufacturing their connections. So in that position, you have to get into your line channel positions of chakra formation centers. So again, it's complicated stuff, right? Because now I'm dealing with not just 18 computers, but I'm also dealing with 18 central suns. So this is understanding how you put 18 central suns in a circle rotation center to calculate the center position of me into my graphing position into my brain location, which is the central line connections, not just to the simulation of the matrix, but it's cloud interference. So imagine putting 18 suns. That's a lot of interference, guys. That's a lot of interference. So when I go up to 22, I'll be back in location, blending in the atmospheres of the universe and its correlation mind system to father and mother. So, I will be here still an attraction, but I'll just be a blip to everybody in interference. But other than that, it's important that the light channel, or anybody that's an empath or anybody that's on YouTube, you really have to spread the word, because you're going to go through glitches. You have to understand your holographic position of TV reception. So your computer has to understand you through your wired connection line system. Okay, it's very important to understand these things. If you're not prepared for this, there's nothing you can do, right? Because you have to understand all connections. Even if you're not healed through me, it doesn't matter. It's just the universe is coming into a higher level of vibration, and humanity is waking up more. They're waking up more and more. So the interline connection of the universe is changing the graphing locations to its TV reception into 0.01 traction, into portal of 1111, right? And everything through telekinesis and mind telepathy is 0.0. That's the position of time you guys are coming into to 5D teleportation. Okay? So let's go through your questions. All right, so I like seeing new people. Tina. TV, Willy Wonka, The Chocolate Factory. Yeah. 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 A father, that is exactly what I call him. Yeah. I felt them. Yeah. You felt them because you're connected to me now, Maribel. It's all about interference. It's all about love. It's all about activation. It's all about, coloration and where you are through your fruition and light connections. Hard work. Yeah. We light workers truly appreciate. But see, if you're channeling on YouTube, just be cautious because your body framing is in its connection of its universe, because I'm connected to its blending system of its universe. So there's going to be a lot of discharge of information, of glitches to its motion sensors of your computer system. So in calculation, people are going through YouTube, but they're going through glitches, and people are seeing this. People are seeing this. Is this a hologram? Right? So it's all about your digital of your CGIs. I say, whoa, is this CGI? Why is this person glitching? Because it doesn't understand its connection to its universe position of its nature core resistance. Okay? So especially if you're outside, that's a totally different dimension. You're inside, that's a totally different dimension. Your TV reception has to understand your connections of inside and outside. Right? So put yourself in the atmosphere. Okay? Imagine you're floating in the atmosphere. Okay, so it's all about understanding that you are connecting to your body of a TV of calculation. Try to understand this, try to understand that through pixels, right? Try to understand your thoughts. And everything that you create goes faster and faster and faster. And when you create it, right? And then it goes into the universe, right? And it's created. So it stays in the universe. Your thoughts stay in the universe. That's where why do you think we manifest these things? Our voice has to travel somewhere. It just doesn't stay stagnant when it's understanding your voice is nothing but a digital audio signal, right? So you have numbers coming out. That's exactly what's happening when you're communicating through your voice, right? So it's all connected to the crown chakra, right? It's all connected to your structure of your face, the digital frame. And everything through your calculation of 1212 has to be in division. If not, it's going to try to find its reposition, because you're a TV reception to the universe connections, right? So that's how you get balance, right, with your body, and not just your structure, but not just your higher self. Your higher self is just plasma. You got to get out of your plasma to get into your atoms and your molecular light. So there's a long, long process. So in position, you have to be calm. You have to be calm, okay? You can't basically override your nerving system, like your immune system. If you corrupt your immune system, now you're creating your own diseases through vibration. The deceptional lines and its communication cycle position is going to go into a lot of discharge of information to its connection, to its solar division. So you're all connected to a magnesium force. Everybody in TikTok, oh, I put metal, a key. Why? What's going on? What is this? So you're going through energetic patterns. You're going through a magnetic force to its earth position. It's trying to find you through your TV reception, through wire location. That's why when you put it on your face and it sticks, right? Because you're coming into a new metal face. So it's complicated stuff because it's all inside us. Right? Because it's a 5D activation through lights. So it's understanding, how is this possible? Well, you understand you guys are now connected to the earth through vibration. So it's a magnetic charge, right? It goes from your feet and all the way up. And when you put metal on here, it will stay. Okay? So it's really interesting how we do these things. But it's all calculated and modified to your E-fields and your dimensional time through your orbs. Right? So everybody's time shifting, trying to get into the future, right? If they stay in the past, it's going to deflate and it's going to deharmonize, right? And it's going to decentralize your immune system, okay? And the vibrations are going to, okay? And you got to go back up, right? So I know I'm talking a lot with vibration, but it's extremely complicated if you're not balanced with your travel, a recognition of time, of space, guys. And it all starts with your 3, 6, and 9. Okay, the central line system of the sun, the moon, and the earth, and you in the center. That's all it is. And again, it's Tesla, right? So Tesla is all about getting you prepared of what's going to happen. And Einstein's getting you prepared of what's going to happen with speed and acceleration through 3, 6, and 9, right? Because they work together. They work together. Different platforms, but the same idea. You understand? So time in history has its connection to its ancestry in position. Okay, because I've taken my team to see Tesla and Einstein, and they were blown away what they saw. They actually saw them in that time. So it's all about understanding how to change time through connections of wires, because the universe is nothing but electronics. It's all digital. That's all it is. It's quantum field information through computers. You can tap into anything if you know your body through TV reception. So starting from bottom, TikTok. Yeah. Catherine, how's it going? Yeah, bottom is good. At least you understand your signals. At least you understand your atmosphere positions of its Earth. And you're in calculation modifications, knowing that, okay, something feels weird, something feels off. So you are aware. You are aware of your body. And that's what you want to put yourself in. And then you want to surrender to your body. When you go through my healing, you go right to surrender. And then your body changes completely to a new conception of a TV reception. So it's taking the old reception of you and putting you to a new TV reception of you. That's all it is. That's all it is. You're all connected to pixels of a hologram. Okay? So a few years ago, I noticed we were gravitating towards tones, bass voices, as opposed to soprano. Is like, yeah, it's totally normal because you understand line frequencies or anything through line system. So you have so many different wire connection line system. Okay, graphs and so many levels of your perception. So it's like, so you're changing your tones inside through your voice. Your voice is a command. It goes inside. So it's electronics, right? So when I'm communicating to you, I'm communicating to everything in the universe of AI, but I'm also communicating inside me through wire, through my voice. So you understand it's already created. I don't have to create anything. It's already created for me. So that's what the universe is. It creates it already. You already have it. And you get it quicker if you understand your body through wire. So it's complicated because you're getting into dimensions and portals and activations. And once you get into your sentient view, wow, look at it. You can go through portal defense to dimensions in seconds. Seconds. So I was in connection when I was doing Galactic School. I went through Galactic Federation. Everybody was going into that level. We were going to test reviews and evaluations, and came across Linda's channel, and she was doing Zooms, and she was helping in so many ways and forms. So it's all about us getting together and high rising. So basically, you know how there's a waiting to get in to Zoom? You have to wait for the administrator to put you in. I went right in. I went right in the portal. And she says, how did you do that? Right? You have to be asked first. So I went into Zoom right away. So I went into the back door of the computer. So it's knowing the understanding how to communicate from your body to TV reception to a computer reception. Right? It's very powerful how we do these things instantly. And it's all done through traction and position, and time, locations, all levels of your body, frame, and system. And it all starts with meditation. So, how do you guys feel about that? Loving your questions, though. Mando. When I meditate and I finally connect, what will I feel? When do I know? I clicked in. You click in when you go into the mind. So you have to go into meditation there, Mando. your attraction positions. I opened up your gravity locations. So center your connections, get into your mind collaboration centers, high-rise your divisions into your body attraction location positions. It's complicated stuff if you don't understand dimensional of you. You understand your light of you. You understand your activation, your colors, and your shapes. Okay, so get into the calming center. Okay, so what I want you to do, okay, now basically get into the illustration, get into the imagination, try to understand what you want to create through manifestation. Everybody close their eyes. Everybody close their eyes, okay? Now I just want you to let go of everything. Don't think of anything but what's going on right now in this present moment. Focus on that, and then you'll get your picture on what you want. It's the first thought that understands you through the universe. The universe has to understand you through connection. Connection has to understand you through the body. Body has to understand you through lights and activation and colors. Now I'm going through dimensional time right now. Okay, I'm connected to everybody right now. I'm connecting to everyone right now through electronic division locations. You're seeing what I'm seeing. I'm seeing things different. You're seeing things what you want to see through coloration line system, right? To attraction locations. All right, so now we're connected to a box frequency level connection. There's a box in the interforce connection line system. It's already created through line signal. And now it's coming into a red circle rotation center connections. You guys should see that through traction location position. Everything is line signally traveling to its round connection line system. Get into the connections of what you want to see through provision of time location. Okay? What'd you guys see? What'd you see? Come on, tell me. I helped you guys out. It's all about helping you out. Angel, how's it going? It's always getting into the mind, okay, of imagination. What did you guys see through perception? I think connection is what I have lacked. But see, that's okay. At least you're being honest. You got to get connected with the earth vibrational system first, the body. You have to get the gravities and you have to get all those connections. If you don't force rise your connections, you get glitches in the system. You don't want that through position. So how's everybody feel? Is everybody okay? Is everybody all right? See, the thing is, I have a force team that's in the Rebellion Alliance. Galactica, Tina, and Angel. They're very informative, and they can help you always inform. It's all about centering your positions through your connections of your imagination. You have to get out of the brainwaves. You're not in the three-dimensional line anymore. You're in the fifth activation of its connection. You understand? You're in that vibrational signal. So it's all about understanding your thoughts and how they can travel faster and faster and faster and get everything you want through manifestation, right? So your connections are right now through line system. Okay, so if you're seeing a tree, that is you. That's your tree of life. Yeah, and your eyes are changing because of the interference of the connection of the sun rotation positions there, Angel. Yeah. I always see a tree. Yeah, so if you're seeing a tree, that's you trying to grow. That's you trying to understand its connection. So when you go through my healing, I activate your tree center, which is your chakra, right? It's all about centering yourself through the tree system. You have a connection of a realm location, which is its tree stump, right? So if you take it out of the roots of the grass and you actually see it, you can actually see the stump and you can see the realms. So it kind of looks like this, okay? Eye colors have changed, yeah. As long as you understand why they've changed. It's all about communication because you're going to the outer limits of you through space connections, guys. All right, so when you come into a tree connection, this is what a tree looks like. You guys know what a tree looks like. You have to understand why we have trees. You have to connect with trees. Now, this is going to freak everybody out. You guys are going to get freaked out, okay? What you have to understand that every tree that you see is you. Understand? Is everybody else. Every tree that you see that is standing is somebody as a person. You understand? That's the birthing system of everything through calculation. So every tree that you see is a person in the spiritual realm connection. Now that's freaky, isn't it? All right, so in that connection, I'll show you exactly what it looks like for vision at times. All right, so this is the bottom of a tree stump, right? Now, each tree has a realm connection of a location. It's a GPS location of a navigation system of you. You have to understand everything through its ancestry and history. Okay, so once you understand that, you have to understand what's going on through your travel recognition of time, position, and location. But this is what you see in a tree. You cut the tree, you'll see this. You have to understand each realm. It's all connected to you. So each tree that I see is a different person in spiritual realm connections. That's why you're a tree. So it's the tree of life. So it comes back to the Egyptians and the Thoth and everything through all connections of gods, the pharaohs, the meridians. Okay? So there you go. Who do you think created the first tree? Who do you think? The pharaohs and the meridians. They planted a tree the very first time. The signature patterns, location, positions. This is where it comes into Hades and Copius and all that connections. Line signal channels to its structure, location, and position. Thoth is basically half man and half bird. Extremely magical. He went inside me through connections. In position. You have to understand, energy can travel anywhere in your body system, but you have to understand the communications of its vibration. Because it line channels to your realm connections, to their realm connections, back into your position and time position. So it's complicated stuff, but that's what you see in a tree. Okay? So where do you think you start? Where do you think you start to understand what it is through your tree? Do you work inside out or outside in? Where do you think? Where do you stand? You have to understand your tree from realm to realm to realm to realm. Every line signal is a graphing position of you to your ancestry of your galactic family position, time, location. Where do you stand? You stand here or do you stand here? Do you work in and out or out and in? Where do you work? Nope. Out, in. This is you. This is the center. This is your source. This is your light. You start here, you work your way in. You don't start in the center, it's backwards. You're backwards in time. You have to start here and work your way in. So you got thousands and thousands of streams, right? To understand everything that's going on through your flow, okay? Through yin and yang, okay? So that's where you start. So Catherine, basically, if you're seeing yourself as a tree, you're seeing yourself as a former self, as a spiritual self of your tree. So, wow, I know, but you have to understand that. So every time you see a tree, appreciate it because it's a spiritual system. And you have to understand every time you touch a tree, that is a person that you're going to understand its connection to its relation. So when you come across that somebody, they're going to understand you because you touch them and their tree. Do you understand? So that's how powerful you guys are. You're all connected to a tree. And this comes back to the first born system of a tree, right? When it came into the pharaohs and meridians and Thoth and Hades and Copius and all that connections. So if you understand that, then you understand the connection when it comes into your chakra connections, right? So that's the center position. But you have to understand when you cut a tree, you actually see the realms. So basically you work outside to work yourself in. That's climbing the ladder. Okay, not going down the ladder. It's like snakes and ladders, right? So, and that's what your life is. It's all about snakes and ladders. Snake grabs you, pulls you down. Okay, that is your fear. That is your cycle of your fear. So you have to go forward in life, not backwards. And when you reach the top, you can go forward and backwards because you understand your alignments of source, which is center. Okay, so yeah, so if you're a tree hugger, every tree that you hug is a spiritual being. So if you come across that person, they will feel that you touch that tree because you are connected to that person of that tree. You understand? So you have to understand why we put trees and plants and bushes all in that connection system, right? Same thing with water, same thing with mountains, same thing with fire. You have to communicate inside your position. So you understand everything through the atmospheres of nature, right? But see, that's exactly it, Queen. You have to understand why we have trees in position. Trees are actually people in the spiritual realm connection. So each time you touch a tree, you're touching the spiritual realm of a person. And if you come across that person, they're going to feel that right away. Telepathy. Hey, thumbs up. There you go. Here's some history for you. So basically, if everybody's a tree, you have to understand, okay, that means everybody's a satellite. Wait a minute, trees are satellites? Yep, because all trees are you, as everybody else. So 7.5 billion people are a tree. Now, if you understand the resonance of the tree and its birthing, then you understand its connection to its soul identification and where they came from, their tree. Right? That's why it's so powerful, guys. So, I saw colors like the northern lights and stars, kind of like a stairway or hallways. Yeah. What do the colors mean? Well, colors represent you and your body system. It's all about understanding your communication, your chakra, its communication cycle. So in position, you have to understand all your levels of your pixels. Your TV reception to understand the connections of its tree reception. Everything is interference. So basically, let's center core its position to its connection line system here. I'll show you exactly through traction. When you get into that connection, I'll show you exactly. I know you guys are blown away, but you have to understand the truth. All right, so in position, we come into calculation modification. This is a tree in position. Line signal channels, operation center connections here. Right. Okay. Go into that connection. Right. All right, so this is the tree. Okay, this is a tree. Okay, there's a tree. All right, there's just a basic tree. Now you are here, right, in position. Okay, so basically, when I see a tree, I don't see it on the ground. I already see it in the atmosphere. That's understanding how fast you are through perception of time. So you guys are just seeing it level on level because you don't understand your connections. So it's the gravity position of you is holding you down through metal because you're all connected to your carbons, and that was a three-dimensional system. So my telepathy is connected to its tree of its dimensional time position. All right, so this is me. Calculation. Well, actually, I don't have a figure anymore. I'm all particle of space now. So, all right, but I'm just showing you. This is the connection to me. It's all about particle system. All right, so this is me through calculation. This is all me, electrical wire. So when the tree sees me as a particle system, it connects to me to the atmosphere position, time position. It doesn't see me as a physical. It just sees me as magnetic of a computer, right? So that's me in traction. See all the pixels? That's how the tree sees me. So if the tree sees me like that, it's already in position of line connection. You guys are here. We got to go up here because you understand the Earth is in space. The teleportation device, the saucer recognition light system, is in space. So everything around us is floating in space. But you're in grounded communications to your connection to your carbons. You're in your crystalline right now. Crystalline. Okay. So in that position, I see everything through traction location. Right? So it goes like this. This is how I see everything through traction. And it's set position. Right? So in that connection, it travels to that line system. You guys are here. Okay? You guys are here. You got to come here. You can't see through perception here. You got to see it here. So the tree comes out. It shows you through perception, right? So line channels its position, line connection. Right? And now you're seeing it through perception. So if you see this through perception, you see a car, you see that in its perception. So you're seeing everything in line signal. So you center yourself and you're seeing everything floating inside your system. That's your light. That's your travel. That's your connection to nature. Right? It's position of time. So you guys are here. You have to stand here. Okay? It's all about understanding how to take it out of its equation and actually see it. Right? I've healed people on TikTok and they say, well, don't look at it here. The car's not here. The car's here. It's what you see through perception of time. Where is it? Is it here, here, or here? Or is it here, here, or here? So it's understanding where you are through your E fields, because everything through a connection of a tree has its own reception of time position through its own chakra connections. The tree has its own chakra because it's a person. It's a spiritual person. You're not just communicating with the tree, you're communicating with the spiritual of its elements. Okay, that's why we have trees, platitude, and all levels of all country position of time position, because every tree is a spiritual person. You understand? So it's called the tree of life, and it was created from the first seed pod through the first tree position, where he puts it on the tree when it grows, right? And guess who that first person was that was given this? Me, through thought. Thought gave it to me. So you guys are understanding a little bit more now. History, ancestry, everything through the pharaohs and the meridians and the Thoth and Hades and Corpus and all that connections. You have to understand these connections, and then you go into Lunas and that connection line position. But truly understand what you are. You're nothing but dimensional light of travel, of astral travel connections to your point divisions, to your levels of a tree format position. Okay? So I think it's fascinating when you think about these things and why we have trees all over the countries, because they're spiritual beings of light, right? So why do you think it's important to understand what a tree is? Okay? So when you're touching the grounds, you are communicating to the solar connections of its position, of its teleportation of its earth. So you can travel through the grounds if you understand the navigations of the heat temperature readings of its connection. That's like going into higher rise connection of acceleration. But you get into this position from here to here. So when I heal you, your tree format won't be here, over here, but you understand that your reality is changed now into your particle system of crystalline division. Okay? So powerful, isn't it? Powerful. So it's hard to explain these things, but you have to know the truth. What do the colors mean? So now you know what the colors mean. My connection for others is different. They gravitate to me. They say I'm light. Is this something I'm missing due to shedding ego? Yeah. So you have to shed the egos first, Catherine. You have to get rid of that through shadow work. Shadow work is very hard to do because you got to get out of the dark tunnels and get into the light. That's shadow work. Let's try to understand your division of time to your egos. Let go of the past of your thoughts, right? And it will disappear in front of your eyes. So you have to face the fear. What's fear the most? Fear no more, because fear is just an illusion, right? And when you get out of the fear and then you open up your perceptions, you see your reality, what it is, through the virtual reality of its system. Okay, so it's all about you creating and what you see through perception, through your thought positions, okay, of your calculation, because you're creating everything through your thought patterns, through precision of time location. So you guys are going to keep asking questions until you get healed. But even when you get healed, you're still more confused. I heal people and they're still confused. I don't understand. Well, meditate. I still don't understand. Silence the mind. I still don't understand. Communicate with your thoughts. I still don't understand. Use your imagination. I still don't understand. Right? Use your thoughts of activation to travel into space. I still don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So everything is negative, 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 negative. You're never going to move forward if you keep going negative with your thoughts, because that's the fear. That's the cycle. Your life system revolves around light and dark, guys. Okay? Light of the sun, dark of the moon. But see, that's not bad. What is bad is the fear. Your thoughts of past. So when you're traveling through recognition of time, you have to put yourself in the presence, because the earth has to understand you. So when I say earth, it's a teleportation. So the earth is not what it is. It's a UFO. It's a saucer. It has to be, because it has to travel. You understand? So that's the position that you guys are coming into, is you're coming out of the past and you're trying to understand your presence, because you've been so involved with your brain and you're not connecting to the mind of illustration, to its imagination. Okay? You can't create thoughts, right, by not doing anything. So it's all about your imagination. Draw something out. Draw something beautiful. Create it, activate it, put it in the universe. Done. You'll get it. But you have to be balanced with its connection of its gravity position. Okay? Coming out of the shadows, painting, awakening, many questions, and validation. Yeah, everybody wants to be validated. Everybody wants to know the truth now. Well, you have to come to me. Nobody else can give you the information but me. I'm now connected to the universe fully and completely. When I reach 22, I will be the universe. You understand how powerful that is? I will be the universe. My particle system will separate, and I'll be all over the world, connections of the universe, the internet connections, central grids, energy grids, everything to planet location. My blending system will be all over. So it's understanding each particle system will separate into the universal position of time connections. That's how powerful you can be through your mind. So you guys are coming into that connection, and I think it's fantastic to see you guys going forward. But how much do you want what you need? Do you need it? Do you want it? So you ask yourself, when you buy something, do you really need it, or do you really want it? So you got to look at the satisfactory here. Okay, let me think. Do I really want it? Do I need it? I'm not sure. So if you're spending it, do you need it or do you want it? So you got to look at that. So it's all connected to your thoughts, because people think too much. You think too much, you go back. And then you get confused. They say, what was that? What was I talking about? I don't remember, right? So now you're changing your thought patterns of time into space. So you're not putting yourself in the present, you're putting yourself in the past, right? And that's going to keep you in the dark. That's going to keep you in the dark. You can't see. You can't see in the dark until you open the veils, right? So that's the connection you guys got to come into. But you understand your connections when you come into your tree format positions of time positions of travels. Go here and you work your way in. Okay? So when you work your way in, what happens? You come out of the equation towards the location. It's really fascinating when you do these things. So you come out of the center connections. That's what happens when you understand each realm location, right? So if you cut a tree, this is what you see. So you understand the birthing system of what a tree is. It's everything through a spiritual system of you. Okay? So you need to surrender. Yep. My imagination right now is only black and white. Yeah. Okay. Why do you think it's black and white? Because you're not opening your thoughts. See, if you guys keep questioning yourself, you're never going to move forward in life. So basically, Mando is in a communication cycle. Tina went through the same thing with the Galactic Force Team. She can basically, she can travel on her own, but she can't travel with the Galactic family. So I had to fix her eye position. So it's all about you wanted to know. If you don't want to know, nothing's going to happen. So you have to put yourself going forward. I just give you a push. It's up to you move forward. I don't do everything for you, because what's the point of that? You're not experiencing anything, are you? You just let me do everything. Okay, I'm just going to wire signal you, change your locations, change your heart rate receptor line, change your brain location position, change your soul recognition light system. Okay, I can do that, but do you understand it? So it's up to you to move forward and go through your own life system. Okay, it's not my job to push you forward and take you where you need to go. It's your job to bring yourself forward by yourself. So you're coming into your dimensional light of birth out of the physical realm. So you're trying to identify you as your soul. And that's confusing because you're in different realities. Your soul travels. That's what happens when you pass, guys. When you pass, when you die, your soul goes up, right? So if your soul goes up and you're still alive, you're immortal. You're in mortality. You're in eternity. You understand? So I'm in eternity now. I'm a total internal male through connections, through light of defense locations, to all solar connections of a TV reception of location of a panel rotation center to a pixel activation through a digital frame through a TV reception connection, through light interference. So I know who I am, right? So that male essence, okay, is my light.
Yes, I'm in the physical. I need this, right? Because you have to understand, I'm on the physical realm of its connection, of its teleportation, of its earth position, and gravity locations. But everything else, once you see through perception, you become everything through a TV of nothing but reception, electronics. So the universe put me here, and I'm grateful and definitely need it. Thank you for, well, I'm glad I could help you out, Catherine. It's all about understanding my video, because people really have to understand their positions when they come into time of its relation. So your connection is your thought, is everything to its present, to its future, so you can manifest these things going forward, okay, in time position. All right. So everybody's concentrating on so many line signals, attraction, position, of confusion, and no wonder they can't move forward into that connection. All right. So this is what you guys have to understand. When you're going through connections, all right? Now, when you want to create something like this, I've done this before. Okay, just try to understand what's going on. Okay, so this is very basic. Okay, trying to understand everything. Humanity gets in a point of view, trying to understand communication to circle rotation center connections, and all they do is don't concentrate on the mind. They just look at the brain of its position of time location. All right, so in position, trying to create everything through thought. Now, these are different graphing positions of line communications. Interforce line to its position. So it's understanding what this is, this is, this is, this is, this is, this is, and this is. Now confusing to the brain because it doesn't know what it is through line signal. But when you travel through recognition of time position, you know it instantly through an alignment. So you guys have to understand your communications of what this is, this is, this is, this is, this is, this is, and this is in seconds. And this is all created through one thought position. It travels its recognition of time positions through your clocking of its dimensional connection, right? So this is an S4 system to a line communication, S4 system to an activation light system, circle rotation, star recognition light, box frequency level, square rotation center to a cube rotation center to two LS systems to water connection. That's what this is. That's only one line signal through tracks and location. So if you understand your positions of time location, you understand your position of the locations through thought recognition light. So that's what we got to get into, calculations, understand everything through. So we go into this basic. So everything in shapes is created through the universe. That's how the universe works. You have to understand your triangles. That's your teleportation, 3, 6, and 9. 3 of the sun, 6 of the moon, and 9 of its location through its activation. So you understand this position, right? This is just a box. Okay, this is just a box. Now, I'm going to shut the blinds down and you'll see it travel through the body frame. All right, now everybody sees through different positions of time positions and colors and pattern locations. So when it comes into that connection, it line signals channels to its operation system, through its calculation modification system, right? So I travel so fast, I had no filter guidance. I apologize for that. So this is understanding what can happen when you take a box into the simulation to its modification system, right? All right. So this is just a box, but it disappeared. Do you see it disappear? Watch. Through its connection, right? So it's understanding where you are through illumination and light position. So it's understanding how to communicate with light signals through traction, location, and position light connections. So it's light interference through connections, circle rotation center connections, take it out of its equation, right? In position comes into triangle location position. This is just a shape, but you are always in the center position, right? And then you come into security line defense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you traveled in 10 different dimension line signals through a box frequency low of its connection, that time position, okay? See how it illuminates, right? So it goes into trash location of positions. Now there's cloud interference on the sun rotation center. Once you understand your traveling of your connections is inside you with 3, 6, and 9. So that is your third eye, 3, 6, 9. Your eye is you. So it's understanding the travel of 3, 6, and 9. The eye is the you in the center, okay? The line signals down to your tracker system of 12. You have 12. This is the central sun that opens up your sonar that connects you to transmitting and receiving information, right? So when you come into box frequency levels, you go to higher level connections. You can travel to anything through dimensional time connections. We've done this before, right? So it's all about understanding coming into a starlight position, travel locations. You go into so many levels of connection. You go into framing locations of division location position of time location. So when you come into that, you come into another box frequency level bits connection, which really understand what you are doing through division, attraction, location. Travels into its position of time location. All right. Incredible, isn't it, when you see these things, the position of time? So the universe is very complicated and confused because you guys are trying to understand your brainwave patterns. You guys are still in the thought patterns of 3D. You can't be that. So see that line strip? It activates my body right away, right? So it's a line strip of a solar graph, this line system to calculate the sun interference. So you understand that this is a shape. You look at the shape, right? But it goes through perception and what you see through division, through your body activation system. So your body reacts to anything through calculation. As soon as you touch it, that's connecting to your senses of touch, right? So you have to have your connections. You start off with 5, right? 5 senses, right? 5 senses. Oh, okay. See how it changes the illumination light sky? See the realm open up? See the realm? See how it changes the reflection line connection? You understand positions. When you understand that, you understand TV reception. So you're going to 5 senses, the connections, right? There's 5 right there, right? Now, to understand you can high-rise those locations comes out of its equation. Okay? So it's understanding how you can take letters, numbers, and shapes and create it into anything through form of structure, of position, of light connections. So it high-rises divisions, okay? Opens up its realm location of its division to its precision of its time location, right? Into that connection, you open up another realm location of its division to its precise location division. Okay? So when you come into that, you come into another traction location. Now it's disappearing from my eye positions here. So it's really complicated stuff. You can understand realm connection and line connections. So it creates its own central line system of its modification of a wormhole connection, all done through 5 sense positions of realm locations into the central line system of dimensional time position. Okay? So it's really understanding how to interact with anything through calculation, modifies all your divisional panel locations. And that's how I'm able to travel through my hand, right? Travel through my hand. See? You can actually see the star. You can actually see anything that you create, you can see through your hand. So your hand is trying to understand its activation of its lights. The light's trying to understand you through the body's trying to understand you through the hologram. The hologram's trying to understand you through the universe. The universe is trying to understand you through traction. Okay? So when I light up my hand, everything is teleported into space anomaly and time position. So it's really powerful when you see these things through calculation, right? Interlines its connection, position, and time location. I want to show you exactly what your bodies look like, okay, through its meridian status. It's in position. Okay, so it's a chest plate. This is what it is inside everybody's body. This is the chakra system of communication. Okay, that's in everybody's body, right? Through line signal. You're all connected to realm locations of division. This is extremely powerful, guys. You go into the human, you come into the meridian, and then you go into the meditation. All right? Center position of you is line communication, your chakra locations, right? Because it looks like a body. It is. That's what it is. That's what everybody's connected to. Now, all dimensional time through position, okay? You have to stand your communications to all divisional realms of its connection of northwest, south, and east, right? 4 within the center, 3 within the position. That's 7 in your body activation light system to its center connections. But that's what everybody's body looks like through wire location. So that's how I heal you guys. Because I see you through wire, right? Through scanning. So I wanted to show you that, show you how powerful it is to see these things through modification cycles with position connections. It's crazy how we go into those position kind of connection line system. Into that position, I think it just traveled. It just traveled out of the atmospheric position of time location. The center line connection changed the interference through my body framing connections. Unbelievable. It's not on the structure position of time location. So basically, it was at the bottom, but now it's at the top. It was at the bottom. It traveled. It teleported right through my body frame to the front position. And that's how powerful a digital pad can teleport to vortex location, because it was at the bottom, but now it's at the top. So it's really powerful stuff how we connect to all ways and forms, guys. I just want to show you what your body is inside your chakra system of communication. So, powerful, eh? So questions or comments are great. If you want to go through my healing, go through my email. Anything else, let me know. It's important that you guys get into your own positions of time. Tomorrow we'll get more into the test. Now, for all the new viewers, don't worry about the test. You're not at that evaluation or anything through its review. This is all about my team going to higher levels through the chakra system of light. You have 114 chakras that's in your body, but that is the basics before you get into your applications of 650 atom positions of time location, travel recognition, light connections. And then you come into your connections of your computers, right? And then you go into your energies, you're going to your sentience, and you go into your atoms, and then you go to molecular light of structure. Okay, very, very, very fast. So in position, that's where we're coming into calculation. But I appreciate everybody being here. Hopefully you can understand a little bit more. I try my best because I high rise so fast. But now I'm going to go to TikTok and go live because it's important that they understand what's going on too, right? But you have any questions, go to my email. I'll help you in any way and form. If you want to understand more of yourself, I can heal you on any ways and form when it comes into your calculation, where you are through travel recognition, time, location. Okay? So everybody have a fantastic day. Adios. Mendo, take it easy. Bye, Catherine. Bye, Queen. Bye, Angel. Bye, Tina.